Hey guys, in today's video we are going to take a look at some very unique mechanics of the game that many of them I didn't even know about until just recently. And since I didn't know about them, I thought that maybe some of you guys might be clueless about them too. But before we continue with this video, I would like to give a big thanks to Summoner's War for sponsoring today's video and supporting the channel. For 6 years now, Summoner's War has been one of the most popular RPG titles on mobile devices, with more than 110 million installs worldwide. Summoner's War is a turn-based RPG where you can collect over 1,000 unique monsters and you can try out various synergies to create the ultimate team to win all battles. You can also customize your own Sky Island to maximize the training session, where you can train your team while you're busy or sleeping. Did I mention that this game has its own very esport tournament and that is highly popular? I have played this game since it was released and I can testify that this game is highly addictive, fun, and requires a lot of strategies and planning to clear some dungeons and to beat some other players in a PvP battle. My first lightning was Horus, who will use Summon. By the way, because this is 6th-year anniversary, right now there is a massive giveaway event going on. If you download the game right now, you will receive 100 mystical scrolls completely for free. Start summoning now, the download link is in the description below. So recently I posted a Lesley tutorial video, but little did I know that I wasn't really using her at her maximum potential. I'm about to show you some very interesting mechanics that will make you play Lesley way more efficiently. Do you know that when Lesley has Endless Battle, she can constantly proc the true damage from that item when attacking the jungle minions? In order to achieve this, all you have to do is constantly aim the ultimate in whichever direction and then let it go. Ideally, you want to aim it where there won't be enemy heroes, because it will cast her ultimate instead. If there's no enemy heroes around, you will see that she can constantly proc the true damage from the Endless Battle. This trick is insanely great if you want to take the objectives very fast, such as the Turtle or the Lord. Here's a good example. But the tricks for Lesley don't end here. Do you know that Lesley's second skill works similarly to how Grange's ult works? What I mean is that you can use the wall to cancel the dash delay after using the skill. This is what I mean. Usually after you use her second skill, she will jump afterward, which will cause a small delay before you can do a basic attack. But with this trick, you will cut that delay and can attack immediately. This is great if you want to deal the most damage in the shortest period, especially when you are facing another carry or taking objectives. You thought that was the last trick for Lesley? There's still one more trick that maybe you are more familiar with, since I mentioned it in my old Lesley tutorial. When you're ulting, do you know that you can actually use her first skill to deal more damage? But while working on this video, I found out something even more interesting. When she has maxed her first skill, she can actually use her first skill twice in order to maximize her ultimate damage. Also, you might be more familiar with this trick, but you probably know that her ultimate can be body blocked by the enemies. So if you know that all it takes is one more bullet to kill your target, then you can use the spell Flicker to reposition. But hold on, do you know that you can actually use her second skill to reposition as well? After you use the second skill, Lesley will shoot one more bullet from her ultimate. Unfortunately, the second skill won't reset her passive and make her ultimate deal more damage, but still, maybe next time you can surprise the enemy with this trick. This is something that probably more people already know about, but do you know that Veta Shield can actually block Esmeralda ult? But there's actually a way around it. All you have to do is aim it a little bit more behind Lolita and she cannot block it. So after Natalia got revamped, she has become very popular. So here's a quick tip that personally I didn't even know about. As you probably know, the item's Athena Shield gives the user a certain amount of shield. But as the game progresses, the shield will also increase. So when you build Athena Shield in the late game, the user will gain a massive amount of shield. But do you know that while Natalia has the shield, even if she receives damage, her passive will still be active. This is great for turret diving. So in one of my videos in which I mentioned that the tricks for Granger's ultimate doesn't work for thin walls, because usually this is what happens. But you can actually still do the trick if you do this instead. So in order to do this, the trick is that you shouldn't directly point the left analog towards the wall. Instead, point it diagonally to the wall, so that you can use the length of the wall to stop the dash. So the same thing can be applied for many heroes, like Lesley's second skill. And this is also the reason why sometimes your dash skill doesn't go over thin walls, because you're not pointing it directly towards the wall. You know, heroes like 1-1 Moskov, which I see many people messing up their dash skill and don't get to jump over thin walls. So just recently I posted a Lunox tutorial video, but there was something that I didn't know about, and when I realized about it, my mind was completely blown away. It's something very simple, and I think a lot of you guys probably don't know about it either. What I'm talking about is that while she's using her Light's ultimate, she can actually do basic attacks. I have played her quite a lot, and I would have never thought that was actually possible. I mean, just look at her. She split her body into millions of light particles. How could you expect that she could attack in that form? Popol and Koopa has just been released, and I bet a lot of you guys are curious to see if there are some cool tips and tricks about him. So as you probably already know, his traps provide map vision, and you can use arrival on them. Quite similar to Selena's traps, but the difference is that his traps are visible to the enemies, and also you cannot place them inside the walls. But here's a cool trick that you can do if you don't want the enemies to be stepping on them and you have to keep replacing them all the time. And this one trick I actually discovered by myself. You can actually place those traps behind the turtle and the lord. They provide a little bit of camouflage for your traps. And let's be honest, most of the player, even if they see them, they won't really bother stepping on them. People are too lazy to do that. So if you place them like this, you will see that those traps will last a lot longer, which will provide some very nice vision for the rest of the game. I have noticed that more and more people are playing Sylvana, so here are two quick tips that you can use when playing her. If you are faced against Aldos, do you know that her ultimate can stop Aldo's ult while in mid-air? But it's a little bit hard to do, so you have to time it perfectly. The second tip that I didn't even think about until someone mentioned it, if you ever want to push the turret fast, you can use her ultimate on the turret. I can't believe I never thought about it. Anyway, a lot of these tips and tricks were discovered by my viewers, which I have to give a huge thanks to you guys for giving me more knowledge about this game. So if there are some tips and tricks that you think I might not know about, reply to my comment and I will make sure to check them out. And also if you learned some tips and tricks from this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Hey guys, I have decided to do a weekly skin giveaway because you guys have been amazing and I truly appreciate that. The price is 900 diamonds worth a giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment and I will randomly choose one. If you are selected, I will send you a direct message, but please don't leave your ID or the skin you want. because I won't be picking those. Thanks and best of luck.